Hi, loves. I just got off a call with my actual sister, Lily. It's her 29th birthday today, and we were talking on the phone, and one of the things that I love about my sister, she's on the East Coast, and she just has this sardonic sense of humor that she just cracks me up. And she was getting feisty and angry about this dynamic with a friend of hers that was really upsetting her, and it was just so beautiful and like hilarious to watch her in her anger because she weaves humor into so much. And I wanted to take a moment to just talk about the importance of creating space to feel the uncomfortable range of emotions that is occurring during this time. The uncomfortable range of emotions ranging from grief to fear to rage and anger. Those feel like the big ones. It's fear, grief, and anger. And often I find that when we're feeling fear, usually beneath the fear, it's usually grief or anger and this deep letting go of that which we cannot control. I was writing yesterday, earlier yesterday. I live in this beautiful home called the Sanctuary, and there's so much positivity here right now. There's so much love, there's so much joy, there's so much resilience, there's so much working together. And I posted this video of us dancing to a Michael Jackson song, and later on in the day I had a conversation with a brother where he was just speaking with me to some of the deeper, darker agendas of the coronavirus. And I won't go too much into that rabbit hole right now, but just feeling, as he was speaking about certain things, and the feeling this deep fucking rage, this deep anger, like this fuck no. Just this something very activating. And it's something that I haven't found myself in too much of a felt sense around. Over the past few weeks, I've been allowing myself to move through the layers of grief, but I hadn't felt rage. I hadn't felt this deep anger. And it was uncomfortable, but simultaneously it felt like something that I needed to let myself feel, that I need to let this be here. It has to be part of the spectrum of my experience. And not because I'm forcing it, not because I'm contriving it, but if it's here, then I'm going to feel it because it's real and because it's true. And I've been describing to friends this analogy of that, we as human beings, it's like imagine that we're a teapot full of water on the stove top, and the heat is on full. And you know how with teapots, ideally you have the little canister that opens so the steam can come out. But what happens is that, and this is where, to me, a lot of what the spiritual work is, what the personal growth work is learning how to regulate our emotional systems, how to regulate our emotions, so that if we're noticing internally that we're feeling sadness or anxiety or fear or anger, that we can create a space for ourselves where we allow ourselves to feel the emotions so that the steam can escape out of the tea kettle. Because if we aren't aware of how we're feeling, if we don't cultivate tools to be able to relieve the pressure, so to speak, of these emotions, or if we try to act like they're not there, stuff them down, try to hide them when we're around other people because we're afraid that it'll be too much, we wind up condensing this really intense pressure in our bodies, in our emotional, physical, spiritual, energetic, psychological bodies, that if we don't create intentional space for the steam to come out, it's gonna come out in some really intense, fucked up, destructive ways. So it is absolutely essential that we allow ourselves to feel the range of the emotions, giving ourselves approval for how it is that we feel, and let it move through us. And to me, this is actually how we allow for ourselves to engage in deep embodied joy. There's a lot of conversation right now about how important it is to be and beam and transmit the light into the world. For those of us who have been doing our work to anchor into our divine bodies and to transmit the light out into the world, it is essential that we continue to radiate and transmit love and joy. But this is not bypassing the depth. I was writing yesterday in my journal, and I said, do not mistake my joy for ignorance. And what I mean is that just because I experience joy does not mean that I am not connected to the fucked up, dark agendas that are running in our culture trying to seek control over us. I am not doing and being in my joy despite it. I am doing it because of it. I cannot experience joy unless I am also connected to the grief, or else the joy is just bypass. So please, beautiful beings of this world, allow for yourself to feel the sadness. It is beautiful. Allow yourself to feel the anger and the rage. There is nothing wrong with it. It is powerful. It is righteous, sacred anger. It is right for you to feel this deep grief. We have been repressed for a very long time, and we have the opportunity and the invitation to become free now because of what is happening. So I implore you to allow yourself to feel your emotions and to create spaces where other people feel okay to be in their grief and in their sadness and in their joy. Now more than ever, it is essential that we learn how to create approval for a space where you're allowed to be happy right now, and I'm allowed to be sad, and you're allowed to be angry, and we can all be in a space together. We can all be in our emotional experience and not making any one person wrong for how we feel. So I'm actually just going to invite for all of us who are tuning in right now to just notice how you feel in your body right now. And inviting you to feel all the cells in your body softening, becoming permeable and receptive to the energetic field that exists between you and I. Even through this medium of technology, it can be felt, we can be felt. This is an opportunity for us to realize how deeply connected that we are. A mycelial network. And by the way, if you have some time on your hands, I highly recommend renting via live stream Fantastic Fungi. It's a really powerful and deeply timely video about the power of mushrooms, both medicinal and psychedelic, to both heal human consciousness and to also heal the planet physically. Strongly encourage that. Also, if you're looking for some reading, powerful, beautiful, deeply magical reading, I invite you to read The Fifth Sacred Thing by Starhawk. Deeply relevant to what is happening right now, especially if you live in the Bay Area of California. I'm inviting you in this moment. You might even feel inspired to just touch your heart. Feeling us all connected who are live on this call right now in the moment, and if this is recorded, even feeling the remnant transmission, because let's face it, time actually doesn't exist. We're here right now. Just inviting you to anchor more into your body, anchor more into the truth that you feel and know deep within your heart, remembering who you truly are, remembering your sovereign divinity, your sovereign embodiment, that you can choose what you place your attention on, you can choose how you feel, you can choose what you feel and believe to be true. We're anchoring the light in together. Allow yourself to go into the darkness so that your joy can be authentic. knowing that all the states of your emotional experience are valid. There's nothing wrong if you're down. Now is the time to feel. Sending deep love and aloha out to all of you. May it touch you and your loved ones. Remember who you are.